Inside the Air Force Putin. Under the leadership of President Vladimir Putin, the Russian Air Force has developed into one of the most formidable air powers in the world. Since 2015, it has also been often referred to as the Aerospace Forces. The Russian Air Force is an essential component of the country's military capability. Having a grasp of the modernization, strategies, and aspirations of Russia's Air Force throws insight into the country's larger geopolitical agenda. This is especially important as Russia continues to assert its presence on the world stage. Here, we investigate the main developments, strategies, and inner workings of the organization known as Air Force Putin. A brief overview of Russia's air power during Putin's administration. Recuperating from the turbulent decade of the 1990s, Russia's military, especially the Air Force, was in the process of recuperating when Vladimir Putin came to power in the early 2000s. The disarray that followed the fall of the Soviet Union had left the armed forces understaffed, out of date, and demoralized. The reconstruction and modernization of Russia's military strength, with a special focus on the country's air forces, was one of the first strategic priorities that Vladimir Putin prioritized. The State Armament Programme and the New Look reform were two of the most important changes that were started in the early 2000s. The Russian Air Force was reorganized and brought up to date as part of these reforms, to regain Russia's prominence in the field of aerospace warfare. By streamlining operations, reducing fleets that were no longer in use, and introducing more advanced fighter jets, bombers, and unmanned aerial vehicles (UAVs), the objective was to streamline operations. It was quite evident what Putin wanted to accomplish: re-establish Russia's ability to project influence globally through its military, with air dominance playing a major part in this endeavor. An enormous amount of money was spent over many years on cutting-edge aircraft and sophisticated missile systems to guarantee that Russia would continue to be a significant player in modern warfare. Modernization and the most important aircraft. The Air Force Putin places a considerable emphasis on modernization, which is one of the distinguishing characteristics of the organization. Putin has been in charge of overseeing the development and deployment of several new aircraft that are essential to Russia's strategic and tactical air operations. This is a Sukhoi Su-57 Felon aircraft. The Su-57 is a stealth multirole fighter based on the fifth generation of stealth technology. It is the crown jewel of Russia's modern air force. With its powerful weaponry, stealth, speed, and advanced avionics, the Su-57 was designed to compete with the F-22 Raptor and the F-35, both of which are aircraft manufactured in the United States. Even though its development has been the subject of controversy and has been delayed, the Su-57 represents Putin's dedication to the creation of an autonomous and technologically advanced air force. An improved stealth capability, a supersonic cruising speed, and highly integrated avionics are some of the features that are included in the Su-57. It is capable of carrying air-to-air missiles as well as air-to-ground missiles, which makes it versatile for a variety of different combat scenarios. The current situation is that the Russian government has placed orders for dozens of Su-57s to put them into active service by the middle of the 2020s. This aircraft will play a crucial role in determining the future air superiority of Russia. The Tupolev Tu-160, often known as the Blackjack, because of its supersonic speed and variable sweep wing, this strategic bomber has been an essential part of Russia's strategic nuclear force for a very long time. Under Putin's leadership, the Tu-160 fleet has undergone modernization, which includes enhancements to its avionics, targeting systems, and missile-carrying capabilities. The Tu-160 continues to be an important component of Russia's nuclear triad, as it can deliver both conventional and nuclear payloads. This makes it an important asset for nuclear deterrence. In addition to this, it is a component of Russia's larger strategy of long-range deterrence. The Sukhoi Su-35 Flanker E is a helicopter. The Russian Su-35, which is widely regarded as one of the most powerful fighter jets of the fourth generation in the world, has played a crucial role in Russian air operations in Syria and other theaters of conflict. This aircraft is equipped with long-range missiles, sophisticated radar, and exceptional maneuverability. During the Syrian civil war, the Su-35 performed a significant role in Russian air missions, displaying its operational capabilities in ground attack, air superiority, and escort missions. This was a key responsibility for the Su-35. This is a MiG-31 Foxhound aircraft. Another essential component of Putin's Air Force doctrine is the military interceptor known as the MiG-31, which operates at high speeds. The MiG-31 is a long-range fighter aircraft that is meant to intercept and destroy long-range threats like as enemy bombers, cruise missiles, and surveillance aircraft. It is capable of approaching speeds greater than Mach 2.8. The S-400 and S-500 systems are the third and fourth air defense systems. With the S-400 Triumph and the soon-to-be-released S-500 Promedy systems seizing the spotlight, Russia's air defense capabilities are an essential component of the country's air force. Russia's multi-layer air defense network is supported by these cutting-edge missile systems, which serve as the essential backbone. Triumph the S-400 series. At distances of up to 400 kilometers, this cutting-edge surface-to-air missile SAM system can monitor and destroy ballistic missiles, drones, and airplanes. It can also destroy drones. It is now an essential component of the Russian air defense system and has been widely sold, especially to nations such as Turkey, which has caused conflict with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Importance from a strategic perspective. The S-400 provides Russia with a considerable advantage in terms of defending its airspace and projecting force out of the country. As a result of its presence in Syria, Russia has been able to exert control over the airspace and discourage intervention from the West. It is anticipated that the S-500, which is still in the process of being developed, will expand the capabilities and range of Russia's air defense. These hypersonic missiles, satellites, and even threats that originate from space are all targets that this next-generation system is meant to intercept. The function of unmanned aerial vehicles and drones. To improve its capabilities in the areas of reconnaissance, surveillance, and even combat operations, Russia has embraced the development of unmanned aerial vehicles (UAVs) under the leadership of Vladimir Putin. There is a possibility that Russia's drone fleet is behind that of the United States and Israel, but efforts to catch up have increased during the past several years. One of the Orion E drones. The Orion E is Russia's most advanced drone, and its primary purpose is to conduct observation and reconnaissance. However, it has also been outfitted with the capability to carry out strikes. It made its first appearance in combat in Syria when it was employed to locate and kill targets belonging to insurgent groups. The Altis-U unmanned aerial vehicle. Russia's introduction into the heavy-duty unmanned aerial vehicle UAV space is represented by the Altis-U, which is a drone with an altitude and long endurance. In addition to being able to carry out operations that continue for more than 24 hours, it is anticipated that it would enhance Russia's capability to carry out long-range surveillance and combat missions. The fifth objective is to achieve strategic and geopolitical goals. Syria and the greater regions. The Russian Air Force experienced a significant turning point as a result of Russia's engagement in the Syrian civil war. As a result, it was possible to put new aircraft, strategies, and equipment through their paces in actual combat conditions and demonstrate their effectiveness. Not only did the effectiveness of Russian air operations in Syria provide support for the Assad administration, but it also served to confirm Russia's position as a leading military power on the international stage. Arctic air dominance is also known as. Putin has placed a significant amount of emphasis on bolstering Russia's military presence in the Arctic, which is an area that is becoming increasingly strategic in importance due to the huge natural resources it possesses and the new shipping routes that have been opened up by melting ice. Regular deployments of cutting-edge aircraft, such as the Su-34 and MiG-31 to the Arctic region, are examples of the significant role that the Russian Air Force plays in the protection and surveillance of Russian interests in the Arctic, the territory of Ukraine, and the Black Sea. As a result of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, the role of Russian air power in supporting ground operations and asserting control over the Black Sea region has also been brought to light. Patrolling contested airspace and providing support for ground forces involved in combat operations are two of the activities that the Russian Air Force has been actively engaged in performing. Vladimir Putin has been the driving force behind the transformation of Russia's Air Force into a highly developed and technologically advanced arm of the Russian military. The approach that Putin employs ensures that the Russian Air Force will continue to be a potent instrument of influence on the international scene. This plan includes the Su-57 and S-400 systems, as well as drone warfare and air defense. The Russian Air Force Putin is going to play a crucial part in Russia's military strategy and its efforts to project its might on a global scale as geopolitical tensions continue to grow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and keep the conversation going.